Okay, everybody. So the next phase of the airborne segment is airborne movement. Everyone is allowed to move one hex. So everyone's allowed to move one hex. You cannot move from enemy zone of control to enemy EZOC to EZOC. So I had some guys here I was going to move into here, but you cannot do that. The other thing that I need to consider is that at the end of the movement phase, you can combine into companies. I'm sorry, combine back into a battalion or a a reduced battalion. Now, but I don't have enough of any one thing to make it one battalion. So normally when you combine, you can, so like I've got A Company and B Company of the 13th Battalion, okay? And I think that's the right designation. So normally you can only combine the 13th and the 13th to A and B Company, and C Company's gone. So I could only make it a reduced battalion. But I also, in 15.4 of the rule book, it says that if you have a reduced battalion, you can combine it with a like company, like a straggler, and combine it into one full battalion. Now, I don't know if you can do both things in one turn. I don't see where it says you can't do that. So it's, I'm going to combine the two 13s, A and B Company, and then they're going to absorb the B Company of 12th to make it a full one. Now, why would you do that? The advantage of that is, if you'll see, it's each one has one fire factor, and so it'd be 1, 2, 3, and it's 4 when you combine it. So in this particular phase of the battle, one reason it's nice to be spread out is that you have zones of control. But in this particular phase because in the next segment, which is the airborne combat phase, and this is the airborne and the landings have a different combat phase than the rest of the game. This is just to expedite and make it faster. So in the airborne phase, if these guys are all stacked like this, 3 1-unit counters, I'm going to roll a D10 3 times. I have to roll a 1 in order to inflict a step loss on here. Now, the advantage of having 3, I can roll it 3 times and I can maybe reduce it a step each time. It's only a 2-step unit. But I have to roll a 1 out of a D10, which is a 10% chance. If here, at least if I roll it, I have a 40% chance of getting a hit. So I guess it's kind of a philosophy of, in fact, I'm going to try, okay. This philosophy of, do you roll the dice as many times as possible, or do you just go for one good roll? So here I'm going to go for one good roll. Now, I was going to do the same here, but as I'm talking through it, I'm going to not do that, I don't think. So I'm going to take the A and B Company of the 7th. I'll move this guy over here. They could still be stacked together, and what's going to happen is this guy will now be reduced. So now it's just a 2, but that's 100% chance, 100% better chance to getting it, if that makes sense. Anyway, now it's 20%, not 10%. I don't know if that's right math. Anyway, but I'll keep him here. This guy couldn't get there, so I thought I'll move him over here and kind of start moving him around. These guys, I decided, I know it's really worth combining. So I move this guy closer to here. This guy's going to go defend. The goal of this guy is to get on that Pathfinder. So that's the goal there. I'm going to roll the dice, and then I'll come back and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, the battles. Nothing happened here. Rolled 9s and 10s and whatever. I did roll a 2 or 3 on this one, so reduce that, so he's down to 1 step, so that's good. I do not know if I record a step loss on that anti-tank gun. I'll have to look at that and see. But other than that, that's it. So now the next one will be the German movement and German combat.